I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get this. You want that, though. You want it to be 4.5. It's when everyone's on one side and it hasn't moved a muscle. That's when I'm like sketched out. We're talking. Good morning, everybody, by the way. Hope you're all having a nice Wednesday morning. Hope you all had a nice Tuesday night. I had a nice little 2-0 sweep. So, yeah, nice. I'm on a nice little run here last few days. Let's keep that rolling. We're going to run through 10 games that we didn't run through last night. So if you're watching and we didn't get to a game and we didn't go talk about a game that you like, just click on the midnight stream. We probably talked about it last night, or I'm sure they went through it on the Pump Fake pod. I only tuned in for a second, but I'm sure they were live for like 11 or 12 hours straight, going through every single game on the board. So we got Richmond, Davidson. This game starts in 29 minutes. What are we thinking here?
Both these teams stink. Both these teams haven't won in weeks, it feels like. My gut tells me just to take the points and hold your nose, but Richmond's also one of those teams that people seem to like to bet. So you can put up Davidson for me. I do think they're a little bit better of a team. There's no chance in hell that I bet this, though. So I just feel like Richmond's a little bit kind of a popular dog that I've seen this morning. But again, that's just like the 20 minutes that I've looked on Twitter. It's not like I've actually done any research.
Yeah, I mean, we got 70 votes in, and it's pretty split as far as our community. So, Trev, you feel strongly any which way here?
Yeah, I took Davidson -5.5.
Love it.
They've beaten Richmond this year twice. Yeah, they beat them by 11, and then they beat them by 6 on the road too. So this being a neutral, both these teams are the one thing Richmond really does great is shoot free throws. But Davidson's also a team that doesn't foul to give you free shots at the free throw line. So I think overall, with it being a neutral, Richmond can't shoot anyway. They struggle to rebound. On both ends of the floor. So I think Davidson coming in off of, 4 losses in a row? Yeah, 4 losses. They lost 6 of the last 7. I think this is a good spot, a familiar team that they've already beaten by, double digits and 6 points. Going in here on neutral, they can get to the free throw line. They don't turn it over. They can shoot better. They can rebound. I took Davidson here to bounce back, and I laid it with them. Richmond, I know, covered a couple games lately, but I just don't believe on their ability to shoot and rebound on a neutral court, and Davidson's not going to give them free points at the line.
Here's the thing. This reminds me a lot of what you guys were saying when you faded Murray State. Remember when Moneyline Mac was like, guys, John Morant doesn't go there anymore. Like, Steph Curry doesn't go here anymore. Davidson's laying 6.5 points because they're named Davidson. This is Spiders.
I mean, I will give you that Richmond has played the last 4 games. They've played.
It's not really a bet on Richmond as much as
I get it.
A fate of Davidson laying 6.5 points.
I was trying to give the people some context as well, but yeah.
Someone said, I crack up every time when Toast talks about the kicking market. It's like some earth is flat shit. Have you ever heard him talk about that? He's like, guys, when it's at 7.5 kicking points at plus money, it's an auto bet. But at -110, absolutely not. Makes no sense.
I've already screwed it up.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
I actually am happy that I don't have it memorized. It means I'm doing my job well. I'm not flooding my brain with bullshit like that. Let's talk about the Cavs.
I was gonna say, I know you're gonna want to talk about this game. You love some Georgia Tech basketball.
I also like Virginia. This team plays defense. They don't play much offense. Georgia Tech definitely much better in the second half of the season. The number feels about fair.
Yeah, I lean Virginia here. Didn't bet it or anything of that nature, but you have Virginia. I do agree with you to the point that they're pretty similar. Maybe Georgia Tech's a little bit better of a team. They have been playing pretty well coming down the stretch, but I do think that kind of tells me a lot. I feel like this number is a little bit short, just because again, I think these two teams are very even, and you have a Georgia Tech team that's came in and won 3 of their last 5 or 3 of their last 4, however you want to look at it, with their only loss on the road to Wake and then that Boston College loss. But they have some pretty decent wins against Pitt, NC State, Cal, Stanford. I mean, again, those in the context of the SEC, or the ACC, excuse me. And Virginia, again, they haven't really done much. They've lost 4 of their last 6 games, only beating Wake and Florida State. But on neutral, in a game where I feel like Virginia is going to slow this game down to an absolute crawl and play through their defense, which, again, it's not the same as it was in years past. But again, Virginia is one of those teams that's very, very big that can match up with Georgia Tech. I lean Virginia here, especially because they can shoot the 3 ball at a very high rate. So even if they might be able to get down a little bit between shooting the 3 ball well and not turning the ball over, I really like Virginia here. I just feel like I'm missing something, so I didn't bet it, but I'm curious to see what Trevor has to say.
A couple people in the comments, like S Fox, someone saying win or go home, take the points. S Fox saying both teams suck, so take the points. It's plus 1.5.
Yeah,
I mean, you can pretty much get like a minus 114 money line on the favorite if you want. It's basically a pick 'em. Trev?
Yeah, I played Virginia here. One, I know Georgia Tech's been pretty hot lately. They've won 5 of their last 7 games, 3 of their last 4. You could argue the competition is just about the same as Virginia. I mean, Stanford, Cal, Pitt, NC State, Miami. They did lose to Boston College in that, and Wake Forest pounded them. But who wants to bet Virginia? Georgia Tech's been like a moneymaker as of late too. They've been laying 3-4 points, getting it done. They've been catching points. They've been getting it done. This being on a neutral court, Stoudemire with a little bit of, people are starting to believe a little bit, have some expectations that they can win some games potentially here. They've been playing really well. I think they crumble here. I think they kind of collapse. You give me a neutral court. You got Virginia who can rebound. They like to muck it up, make it gross, grind this game to a halt. And I think that's going to throw off Georgia Tech. I mean, they're not going to be at home with that crowd going. I just think too many people kind of bought into Georgia Tech here. It was nice when, we were wondering why the hell they're laying 2.5 points, this and that. It was just kind of gross. Now people have no problem laying Georgia Tech -1 because they have this, because they're going against Virginia, publicly perceived just bad team, which I'm not saying they're not bad, but I don't think they're as bad as people say. So I played Virginia here +1, and I am very happy it has not flipped over. So it makes me extra happy. So
you and these flip overs,
give me the who's.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm dead serious too. I'm not making, because I'm actually going to bet this now too, that Trevor's gave me the okay. But I also feel like this 9 was a little bit short, considering that Georgia Tech, really going back to January, hasn't really played that bad. They've only had a few losses there. So I was actually surprised this wasn't like Georgia Tech -2, 2.5, to be dead honest with everybody. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
A couple things. So those comments I read about taking the points, apparently those are for the Richmond game. That makes a little more sense because that's at 6.5 with 2 terrible teams. I kind of want to take Virginia here. Our hit rate when we're all on the same side has been very good.
No, we've never won a bet.
I mean, we could hit 15. We could hit 15 in a row, lose 1, and someone be like, always fade. The hit rate when we're all on the same side has been very good. I don't want to screw that up, honestly. I'm not. Screw it. Give me Virginia. As far as the comment, the viewers pretty split, 46%, 41%. So back-to-back games where the viewers pretty split down the middle. Let's move on to the next one. This isn't the last one up. The up next is wrong. We have 7 more games after this, by the way. You know why? It's because for whatever reason it organizes it by time. But 12, 11:38, and 12, they come up at the bottom because it does by number. So we have to start with. Why am I explaining that? You don't care.
I don't care, but you can't switch it to military time.
No, it's set up in a spreadsheet where it goes by.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
12 goes to the bottom, even though they're the first games. So I have to start at the end.
I got it.
Cincinnati, dude, this Cincinnati team, they're laying 10 points to Kansas State. Then they're laying 8. Now they're catching 8.5. Nobody knows what to do with this team, man.
I really want to bet them today, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm actually going to get there. I might, if Trevor really likes them, maybe, but I don't really know. I just don't know what to expect from Iowa State personally. They're just not in it playing that good of basketball right now. Again, I'm not trying to make a case that Iowa State and Cincinnati are equals, but at 9.5 or whatever that number is right now, that's a little bit different for an Iowa State team that's been kind of struggling. I know that they had a big win against Kansas State, but I don't know. I think that taking them away from Hilton is a little bit bigger than people make it out to be. I will say that Iowa State's pretty damn experienced, but at the same time, yeah, you can put Cincinnati up for me. I was really close to betting this. I like how Cincinnati can match up with them size-wise. Cincinnati's an experienced team, kind of like Iowa State as well. Cincinnati has a deep bench that they can use as well. So the only thing that was kind of throwing me off is that god-awful Cincinnati offense. And if Iowa State's defense is on, it's going to be a really long night for Cincinnati on a neutral. But you can put Cincinnati up for me. I think I'm a little bit too scared to bet it unless Trevor can convince me.
A lot of people are voting Cincinnati in the poll. A couple of people in the comments saying Iowa State's dog walk of the day.
Interesting.
I think I would go clones here. Matt Campbell's the type of guy that you could trust in these big spots. Are you a Matt Campbell guy, Trev? Trevor's muted. Still muted. Still muted, dude. You're still muted. I think he's leaving and coming back. So I kind of want to see what Trevor's on here, though.
Me too.
I think Cincinnati at this number is going to be a public dog.
That's kind of what I was worried about as well, and it's went from 7.5 to 9.5. Go ahead, Trev.
Trev, you back? Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, Matt Campbell's whatever. He's, I don't know. I got no strong feeling.
You might get kicked off the channel for that, just so you know.
I mean, some people just don't get it. Plain and simple.
I don't even honestly know. I don't think I've ever thought about the guy. So I couldn't give you anything about that.
Not many have.
No, he's just, you look at the guy and you move on. Like, he's got nothing interesting, nothing to offer.
Old hats that he wears.
No, it's all right. So what the thing with Matt Campbell is, he took over everywhere he goes, he turns the program around. He took over a bad program at Iowa State, and then he built in 2 years the Breece Hall, Brock Purdy team that almost won the Big 12. That came 1 possession away from winning the Big 12. So he built Iowa State into that. The next year, the quarterback got caught gambling. The left tackle got caught gambling. So like the next year, they lost their whole team right before the season because they were betting on because of a bunch of disciplinary shit. So his building process in Iowa State just got like a wrench thrown in it, and now he's back with Rocco Becht. He's got his quarterback next. All right, what are we doing? Trevor, what do you like of this game?
When you put it like that, I totally get it. Yeah. This is basically a home game for Iowa State. Like it always is every year. This place is always rowdy, but Iowa State hasn't looked good, man. Like I know it's Cincinnati. They're also perceived as just bad, but what has Iowa State really done to make us believe in them again? Like lost to Houston, not even going to hold that against you. Lost to Oklahoma State after you beat Arizona when you got guys back. Immediately lost at home in double overtime to the Mormons. And then you go to Kansas State, and Kansas State couldn't throw water into the ocean. Like they were terrible. I don't like it, but I am worried for Cincinnati because Day-Day Thomas and Jizzle James also got banged up yesterday, ankle issues. So I'm kind of curious as to what their status is going to be and how healthy they'll be. I'll take the points. Not sure I'm going to bet this, just because of the situation with those two. Now you could argue if they're out, injury bump game, but I don't know. It would be points or nothing. I want to see Iowa State blow somebody out away from home before I start laying 9.5 with them. I guess and Cincinnati grinds it out and can play some defense. So I think they kind of found a little something yesterday too.
I don't think I'm going to bet this. I do want to take Iowa State.
This will be a good game to watch going forward.
Maybe a live bet or something. But.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next game, why don't we each share our favorite Matt Campbell moments?
Just my favorite Matt Campbell moment was when you thought that he was going to be the head coach of the Cowboys.
No, okay, that's just not true. I never for 1 second thought Matt Campbell was going to be the head coach of the Cowboys. What I said was he should be head coach of the Cowboys, and the Cowboys for once should make a hire that isn't a splash headline and go for a gritty head coach who knows how to build from the ground up.
Well, we just got him. Shotty's here, and he's ready to go.
I mean, as long as we're in Dak Prescott prison, did you see the restructure they did?
I saw you. Cowboys fan?
My Cowboys fans. Now that I'm a Cowboys fan. If everybody didn't know, but I just watch Kyle, and I know if it's good or bad. And I saw the tweet about how Dak Prescott's contract is still worse than like 50% of people or whatever.
No, not 50%. The MVP, Josh Allen, who's in his prime. He's a 27-year-old MVP winning quarterback in his prime, got a mega contract extension, and Dak Prescott is still significantly higher paid. That's how bad these restructures have been. Everyone looks at the contracts. No one pays attention to the restructures. Dak Prescott's restructures are so bad.
Getting drafted by the Cowboys is like winning the lottery because they're going to pay you. They won't pay you if you come from anywhere else. Unless you're Greg Hardy. But besides that, they're not paying anybody.
Well, they can't because they've been in Prescott prison for years. Anyway, want to talk some AAC? We got Charlotte Rice here, guys.
I don't mind talking a little Rice basketball.
What do you guys think, Trev?
I'm not too high on the Charlotte team. I'm also not too high on Rice, but Rice has popped up in a few spots this year and got some, good wins. They've played tough at least. I shouldn't say they've been great, but Charlotte, I can't stand watching this team. Like, I'm all for playing slow and defense and gritty and whatnot, but as of late, their defense hasn't been showing up, and now it's just their god-awful offense staying consistent, and they just get blown out. Now it's a neutral. Defense travels. Guess what? They don't have a defense that's traveling, and their offense is putrid. I would take Rice here. I'm not going to bet this game. There are much better spots on the board, but it would be Rice or nothing. I want no part of this Rosado-led Charlotte team.
Toast?
Over 135.
I thought you were going to say under. Tinker's on the under.
Not for me. Like Trevor just said, these teams defensively have been absolutely putrid. Not to mention the fact that Charlotte is a team that, they've been an over machine over their last 3 or 4 weeks, 9-4 to the over. Again, it's just one of those situations where I don't really want to play on either team. And I think that both defenses are absolute dog shit, and both teams can rebound the ball. So maybe there's some easy second chance points there. But as far as picking a side, I have no idea.
Let's move on to the next one. Some more mid.
I can see the under Tinker because it's on a neutral, but I just worry about these guys not caring at the end of the game.
Fordham, Rhode Island. 156 and a half. High total here.
Yeah, that's especially for a neutral. I just want to pull out my nose. There we go.
Trev, any thoughts on Fordham, Rhode Island?
Not gonna lie, this line feels pretty weird to me. Rhode Island only laying 4.5. I know Rhode Island hasn't looked good, but they just beat Fordham by 19.
Wait, hold on. Hasn't Fordham been winning recently?
No,
not at all.
Oh.
Actually, complete opposite. They've been losing everything.
Yeah,
give me the Rams though.
Yes, I'm with you. I like Fordham plus 4.5 and the money line here. Rhode Island coming off of just beating them by 19 at home on Saturday. Now they're traveling to a neutral. Only a four-point spread. This line hasn't moved. Prior to that, they had St. Louis, Dayton, UMass, and St. Joe's. So they had a great spot at home against a bad Fordham team to just wipe the floor with them. Now you got Fordham coming in here, losers of 2, 4, 6, 8 of their last 9. Which I'll give them this. They did beat Rhode Island February 5th by 1 point, but this line just weird. Got a team coming in 8 straight, just lost by 19 to this exact team on Saturday, and now it's 4.5, 4, and it's actually I see 4, so it's coming down a little bit. I think Fordham gets some revenge here. I think they just saw them. They know what happened. They did not shoot the ball well. Like, I'm not saying Fordham's a great offensive team, but 6 of 25 from 3, 17 of 25 from the line, 14 turnovers. They had 37 rebounds, but they got rebounded by carry the 7. They still got out rebounded. They have the ability to. I think they're going to play much better today. I think they're going to win this game. So I'm going to be on Fordham in the money line here.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's do Fordham. I have a friend from high school that went to Fordham. I got arrested at a Fordham soccer game once.
Hell yeah.
So the Rams have a place in my heart. Toast?
Jesus Christ. The soccer game? I thought the line was weird too. You can put Fordham up for me. I just haven't looked at it because it's one of those games that I kind of fell behind this morning. But I do know the last 2 times these two teams played, the game that Fordham did win, they were plus 1.5. That game that Trevor mentioned about them getting absolutely blown out, Rhode Island was 6.5 point favorites. So now Rhode Island has 6.5 point favorites, wins by 20, and now's only laying 4.5, and this number's coming down. Pretty self-explanatory for me. Not to mention the fact that Fordham's one of the best offensive rebounding teams in this conference, if not the best, or one of the best. So I do think that even if they're a little bit cold offensively, that they still have some chance for putbacks and whatnot. So yeah, I couldn't agree more with the Fordham pick.
As far as the viewers, slightly leaning towards Rhode Island. We're talking about 50%, 35%. So the voters slightly leaning towards Rhode Island. Our Cybert is on Rhode Island. Next.
Hey, by the way, the submit bet button isn't working on the Discord.
Submit bet? Oh, it's not working at all?
No, I tried it twice. Unless it's submit bet, not
I can
bet,
see,
right?
It's because this I can get it working right after this. It's because this laptop reboot.
Gotcha.
Grambling plus 6.5 against Southern, the Jags. Crazy colors on this Southern Jags team. Light blue and yellow, like it was created by a 14-year-old kid on 2K. The colors are crazy.
We're going right back to the boys, right?
Who are the boys?
Are you kidding me? We them boys, dude. Grambling up.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I was like, you scared me for a second. I was like, oh, boy. If I was wrong on this one, I'm going to be real sad. Because if I bet in Grambling and you bet Southern, I was going to be pissed off.
No chance. No chance. Everybody loves Southern. Best team in the conference. Laying 6.5. Line hasn't moved. Total's coming up. Athleticism, ability to get rebounds, to shoot free throws. I like Grambling here. Neutral court, they've got a game under their belts. Southern does not. Last time these two played, Southern beat them by 7, and they beat them by 7 prior. So they just put the line right at 6.5. Hasn't moved. I think Grambling, third time's the charm here. I think Grambling's live to win this. I definitely am going to be on their 6.5. I think they're definitely going to cover. This is going to be a tight game. Grambling has looked pretty good. I know they dropped those games prior, but those were all, fairly close games, you could say. But they were getting ready for this. This is what really mattered. And look what happened yesterday. They showed up and they dominated against a bad Alabama A&M team. Southern, obviously not as bad. They're a very good team here, but I like Grambling. They got back at it. They had a big win yesterday. Now they're getting no respect, getting 6.5 against the conference leader here. I think they're live to win this. The 6.5 is too much. I'll be on Grambling.
S Fox just asked if you could join the Discord from the YouTube link. You can, but it's actually for some reason I can't. It's up to $40. Don't pay the $40. It's cheaper on the web. Just reach out to me. I'll get you in there. S Fox. You can send me. Go to the website and send me like a live chat and let me know it's S Fox and I'll get you in. Toast, do you agree? We them boys or whatever the hell you just said?
Yep, that's what I said. Yeah, I do. I thought this line was quite suspicious to start out. I knew that Southern was going to get a lot of love just because they've been absolutely winning machines. I know that they faltered a little bit late, losing in a couple of games, but they're still 15-3, 16-2 or something like that in conference play. So they've just been really good. But again, like Trevor said, I just feel like Grambling with the game under their belt already in this tournament and playing well. Not to mention, like he said, they played each other already close twice this year already, and now we're getting. First of all, the line was the first time that they played in January, Southern was -10, and then a month or like 2 weeks later when they played, Southern was -3.5. So I do feel like this line is a little bit right, but I feel like everybody's going to be betting Southern, seeing the results and all those wins next to their name, and I just don't think it's going to work out that easy.
We're going with the Jags here. Come on, 70% of you guys are voting Grambling. Everyone's taking Grambling. We them boys. They have a theme song. Southern by double digits. I'm actually going to bet this.
All right. Well, I mean, however many people are in here versus, this is just DraftKings on VSiN, but 72% of bets, 70% of money, 95% of bets, and 95% of money on the money line for Southern. This is a fantastic money line piece, parlay piece to start your day.
Yeah.
Nothing can go wrong here.
Yeah, couldn't lose.
Well, according to our votes, everyone's taking Grambling.
Also, I am adding Cincinnati. The man, the king of gambling content on Twitter, Trent, nuking Iowa State -1.
He just won.
And that line immediately went down to 9.
It moved against him.
I'm only laughing because he would laugh at that as well. Like, it's not like
yeah.
So it said, thank you, Kyle, for your great show and being a straight up authentic Mexican. We love you, bro. Thank you. I'm Italian. I appreciate the compliment. I'm not Mexican. I'm Italian, but I am a friend of the community, so I appreciate the compliment.
Do you have Z's in your last name?
No,
okay. Tacos once a week. He feels like he's a part.
No, my last name is Kirms. My dad's side is German. My mother's 100% Italian. Lamar McNeese laying a big old number here, 13.5.
That was a bogus cover yesterday from McNeese. I just want that thrown out there.
I just want that on the record.
I do. I did. I was feeling pretty good yesterday. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hop in on the Demons here, Northwestern. I got plus 17.5. They cut this game down to 5-6 points like that. 3-4 minutes left. They lost by 19. They went on like a 13-14-0 run to end the game. Bogus. Give me Lamar here. Everyone loves McNeese. They're at home. They got the Amir Khans walking around with the big ass speaker playing fucking music. They're vibing. You can't fade this team. Lamar's a good team. Lamar just pulled a win out of their ass yesterday. They did not play good versus Nichols. Nichols collapsed. Lamar, stayed strong, got it done. I think it's too many points. I think this game's 7 to 9 point game here. I'm going to take Lamar with the points here. McNeese, all they have to do is win. Yeah, all the pressure's on them. They're at home. I think they get it done, but I don't think it's going to be as smooth sailing as everyone's assuming it's going to be.
Toast?
Yeah, pretty much verbatim. All I can say as well is that these teams have played twice this year so far. McNeese was a 14.5 point favorite and then a 9.5 point favorite. Didn't cover either one. Again, they get to stay at home, so it's not a neutral like most of these teams, but I don't really care. I do feel like the Lamar is the play. I'll be betting Lamar as well. I was that's one of the ones I was just waiting. And it's as hot as McNeese has been, Lamar has been pretty equally hot. I mean, going back a couple weeks here, so they only have a couple losses as well. So I don't think that these teams are 13.5 points difference, even though McNeese is at home.
Man, another one. Everyone's taking Lamar.
I mean,
because we got sharps in the chat. How many times we got to go over
it? I'm not picking this game. Let's just move on to the next one. Next up, we got Navy American. Trevor loves the Patriot League.
This league is fun, man.
I know you.
It's a blast.
Kyle is not patriotic, so
I'm not. Literally. I'm not patriotic though. I'm not anti-patriotic.
Like my favorite thing to say now.
No, I'm not patriotic, but I'm not like anti-patriotic. I'm cool.
He still sings in it. He still
like if you say someone is not patriotic, it makes it sound like they hate America. That's not the case. All right, Trevor, talk to us about this Patriot League game.
Yeah, Navy's been really hot. They've been really, really good. American, Captain Matt Rogers. He's been damn good too. American coming off of that Colgate win. Colgate, everyone's one of their favorites to win this conference here. It's just what they do every year in, year out. But they've had it down here, just like Vermont. They lost outright. These two teams struggled this year. It is what it is. But I'm torn on this. Like I can see American winning this by 5-6 points. I can also see Navy just they've been playing over their heads. I can see them keeping this tight, keeping this rolling here. But you got an American team. They did lose to Navy last time they played. That was a week and a half ago, roughly a week and a half ago. I'll take Navy. They've been playing really good. They just beat Bucknell too, another really good team in this conference. They put up 83. I think there's going to be some points in this game potentially. This 131 feels a little low, but I'm terrible with totals. But I'll take Navy. They're just good. They can rebound. They don't turn it over. They get to the free throw line. They shoot 70% at the line here. Their defense is good too as well. Rebounding both sides. They force turnovers. I'll take Navy with the 3.5. I'm not going to bet this game though. Probably I can get there for both sides.
Someone called me Kyle. Call me Kyle in the comments. I'm on American. I'm going to take American minus 3.5 because I love America and I'm patriotic as fuck. Toast.
Kyle was that kid in class that didn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, no, that is just to clarify, I said I'm not patriotic once, meaning like I'm not patriotic.
I think it was because you didn't want to watch the hockey game too.
Yeah,
that was the only thing it was.
That's why people were like, "Why are you not interested in the USA Canada game?"
Oh my God.
And I was like,
yeah,
"I don't." I meant like I don't care about like Olympic stuff. Like, oh, root for the American. I don't care. Like, that's what I meant. I didn't mean I dislike this country. People are crazy. Toast.
Yeah, and that game didn't really matter. It was just an exhibition. Congratulations, Canada. You beat us in an exhibition. Had we won, it definitely would have meant something, but we lost, so it's just an exhibition.
It wouldn't have meant something either way. Toast?
This is an absolute pass for me. I want to take Navy so bad, but I feel like I'm getting baited into it. Navy's beat this team twice. They were dogs both times, and now here they are a dog again. So just don't really feel right. I would say that if you do like American, you probably like the under because if American's playing well, they're going to be playing through their defense and slowing the game down with their offense. Complete pass. You can put up Navy because they've been so well for me. But I agree with Trevor. This is a very hard game to handicap.
Let's get to a real game. And now we get to the dog walk of the day. It's time for this lovely Cinderella story Kansas State Wildcat team to come to an abrupt and violent end at the hands of the Bears.
Yep.
Just let this number keep falling down, though. It's at 5.5 now. I think we're going to get fives across the board sooner or later.
It's at 5.5 now?
Yep. And with what's the splits on VSiN? Because
buddy.
Okay, I was gonna say because I'm pretty sure Kansas State might be one of the most public dogs of the day. I haven't seen Baylor Green on Twitter or anything of that nature in probably 2 or 3 days.
71% of bets, 82% of money on Kansas State, 60% of bets, 52% of money on.
I don't trust any of that. I don't care though.
No, It's all it'll be different on another book. FanDuel will have one thing. It is what it is. I just have VSiN, so I just look at it. But everybody loves Kansas State catching points. Everybody loves them. No, Baylor. See 5.5, like Toad said, let this go down. This will keep climbing down. Hopefully we can get like a 4.5 or something at some point 5. But yeah, I'll be on Baylor tonight. This is gonna be everyone's getting home from work. Kansas State, Baylor. This is a great game. Money line's live. No, they're gonna get smoked. This is Baylor by like 9 or 10.
Toast Baylor, right?
Yep, couldn't agree more. I know that Kansas State has treated us well, but at the same time, I feel like they got kind of lucky to beat a banged up Arizona State team. And they actually, I don't even think they really looked great. They looked great at the end when Arizona State kind of gave up. But I still kind of believe in this Baylor team a little bit, not as much as I used to, but I do think that playing one of the hardest schedules in the country and have one of the most experienced teams in the country, on top of that fact, you have one of the best coaches in the country. All of that matters to me. Guys like Edgecombe, I think showing out for the NBA draft should come into play a little bit there. That O'Wright kid can really play well. So I do think as far as this matchup goes, they have way too many options here. I think that they dog walk Kansas State as well. I just can't. My thing with Baylor is that how far can they go? That's kind of what I'm fighting with. But I do think that they win by double digits today.
You damn right. You are damn right. Baylor, dog walk of the day. Last game on the board. Well, the last game we're doing in this one. If you go back between the two streams, we've covered pretty much every single one. CS Bakersfield CS is Cal State.
Yep.
Cal State Bakersfield against Santa Barbara. UC Santa Barbara.
The Gauchos. Elite logo, by the way.
I disagree. It's kind of a stupid hat.
What?
No, dude, that thing is badass.
It's like one of those logos that everyone thinks it's cool, but if you really look at it, it's not cool.
God. You're just trying to be different.
Think. I'm taking what's the first team again?
Cal Bakersfield. You're taking the Roadrunners.
You're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
You're taking them away from that Smurf court. That's another court to look up if you haven't seen it.
I'm taking Bakersfield Roadrunners.
What is that? The Incardo, the Cardo Center. What is that place?
Oh, I forget. It's something like that. They play at. Oh shit! They don't have the name there. They play at the Accardo Center.
Love it. Yeah, you take them out of that blue. I call it turf. It's not turf, obviously. Blue floor. Whew.
Someone said Kyle's taking taking a team he doesn't know the name of. Yeah, I mean, welcome to the show, dude.
Well, I mean, you're gonna take a Roadrunner or a Gaucho. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Welcome to the show. When I try to talk about mid majors, man, I don't know any of these freaking teams. I'm just the host, man. So why don't we let the college basketball people talk about this game that actually do know what the names of these teams are?
Trevor, you can go. I feel like this game is kind of like the Navy game, where I feel like I kind of want to take the points, but I don't really trust Cal Bakersfield away from home. Santa Barbara's beat them twice or 2 times already this year. Neither of them convincing. Like, I can find it really easy to get to the dog here, but you can put up the Gauchos for me. I couldn't figure out a way to get to Cal Bakersfield. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm tempted with Bakersfield here. Saturday night they had that UC Irvine. They were about to hand Irvine basically a death blow unless they won the Big West tournament, and they blew it the last 5 minutes or so. They were up 13, 14, something like that, and immediately just gave it up, died at home. That was brutal as a +3.5 ticket holder. But Bakersfield, don't let them away from home. That blue, I don't think they're that great of a team, but when you give them at home where they got that blue court, that Smurf court, I always add an extra point and a half because it throws everybody off. It's such a weird spot. Then you take them away, they're not as good. I think Bakersfield or Santa Barbara here, after blowing that Irvine game, I think this is a get up spot, and they put it on. They put it on the Roadrunners here. Again, they had Irvine at death blow. They blew it. I think they come back pissed off, ready to roll to get another chance at Irvine potentially. So, I like Santa Barbara here. Not sure if I'll bet this, but I do like them. I'm tempted to fire on this, to be honest.
And to your point about that Santa Barbara game and that UC Irvine game, the last 10 minutes of the game, UC Irvine scored 40 points. Santa Barbara only scored 20. It was just an absolute fold.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right. So that's it for us. Everyone, go enjoy your Saturday. Remember, the midnight... Oh, my God. My bad. Everyone, go enjoy your... It feels like a Saturday, doesn't it?
I was going to say, what happened to all the hoops?
Everyone go enjoy your Wednesday. I'll be back later, 4 o'clock, to do the NBA. We've covered all the college basketball between the midnight and now. So no more college basketball on the live streams, but we'll come back to do the NBA at 4 p.m. Oh, no. Scoop's coming on to share his college basketball picks at 4. My bad. I'm all over the place. So we are going to go over some more college basketball later. Scoop's coming on to share his picks. Also, maybe Moneyline Mac is coming on. I got to send him a message too. So we'll be back at 4 p.m. See you all in a few hours.